Romelu Lukaku came off the bench against Egypt and changed Belgium's entire World Cup opener in 22 seconds. 22 seconds. Most substitutes need 10 minutes just to feel the pace of the game. Lukaku needed less time than it takes to tie your boots. But here's the problem. That moment of individual brilliance from their most reliable goalscorer might have just papered over the cracks of something far more serious. Because Belgium didn't just struggle to beat Egypt. They looked lost, disorganized, vulnerable. And if this is what the Golden Generation has become, then their World Cup dream isn't just under pressure, it's on life support. Egypt weren't supposed to trouble Belgium. This was meant to be a routine opening victory. 3 points banked, confidence high, and a statement sent to the rest of Group G. Instead, Imam Ashour's opener told a completely different story. Belgium looked rattled from the first whistle. Their defensive shape was non-existent. Egypt carved through them like they were a mid-table side on a bad day, not one of the supposed tournament favourites. The stadium atmosphere shifted immediately. What should have been a comfortable afternoon became a nightmare. And the worst part, Egypt weren't even playing out of their skin. They were just organised, disciplined, and tactically sharper than a Belgium side that has been preparing for this moment for over a decade. Because that's the context that makes this result so damaging. This isn't just another group stage match. This is the last realistic chance for Belgium's golden generation to deliver on a promise they made to themselves years ago. Kevin De Bruyne, Thibaut Courtois, Romelu Lukaku. Names that were supposed to guarantee silverware. Names that have delivered nothing but heartbreak. Euro 2020 ended in disappointment. The Nations League brought near misses. And now, in what might be their final World Cup together, they have stumbled at the first hurdle. The pressure is not just about 3 points anymore. It is about legacy. It is about whether this generation will be remembered as world-class talents who never quite made it, or as champions. And right now, it is looking like the former. Mohamed Salah's role in Egypt's game plan wasn't what Belgium prepared for. Egypt deployed their superstar in a deeper, more creative position, and it completely threw Belgium off balance. The Daily Mail described it as a tactical masterstroke that caught Belgium cold, and they weren't wrong. Salah's movement created space where there shouldn't have been any. His positioning dragged Belgium's midfield out of shape, and suddenly Egypt had control in areas of the pitch they had no right to dominate. It's a reminder that individual brilliance doesn't always mean goals and assists. Sometimes it's about disrupting the opposition's entire structure, and Belgium had no answer for it until Lukaku stepped onto the pitch. If you want more deep dives into the biggest stories from the World Cup, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Game Jam for all the latest coverage, news and analysis you won't find anywhere else. 22 seconds after coming on, Lukaku had already changed everything. He didn't even need to touch the ball at first. His presence alone forced Egypt's defenders deeper. His movement created chaos in their defensive line. Suddenly, Belgium had a focal point, something they'd been missing for the entire first hour. Whether he directly contributed to the equalizer or not is almost irrelevant. The shift in momentum was immediate. This is what elite strikers do. They don't need 90 minutes to make a difference. They don't need endless touches to prove their value. They walk onto the pitch and the game bends around them. And for all the criticism Romelu Lukaku has faced over the years, he's done this for Belgium time and time again. Because the Lukaku debate is one of the most fascinating contradictions in modern football. At club level, he has been a puzzle that nobody can quite solve. Chelsea could not figure out how to use him. Inter Milan loved him, then let him go. Roma was a stopgap. His club career is littered with question marks, transfers that did not work out, and performances that left people wondering if he is truly elite or just very good. But in a Belgium shirt, especially at major tournaments, he transforms into something different. 68 international goals do not lie. That is not luck. That is not a fluke. That is a player who thrives under the pressure of representing his country. Critics will always doubt him. The narrative around his club struggles will never fully go away. But Belgium cannot win this tournament without him, and they know it. The problem is that one moment of brilliance from Lukaku doesn't change the bigger picture. Belgium now can't afford another slip-up. Brazil is next, and that match represents a potential group-defining clash. Lose that, and Belgium's tournament could be over before it truly begins. The draw against Egypt has turned what should have been a manageable group into a minefield. Every point matters now. Every mistake will be magnified. The pressure isn't just suffocating, it's existential. This wasn't the start Belgium envisioned, and the margin for error has completely evaporated. One more dropped result, and the Golden Generation's last dance could end in humiliation. World Cups are built on moments like Lukaku's cameo. Instant impact, high stakes, the kind of drama that only tournament football can provide. But Belgium's underwhelming performance against Egypt is also a warning to every other contender watching. Reputation means absolutely nothing without execution. Egypt proved that tactical intelligence and organization can neutralize superior talent. They weren't intimidated. They didn't freeze. They stuck to their plan and nearly pulled off a shock result. The group stage is where tournaments are won or lost, and Belgium just made their path significantly harder. Other teams will have watched that match and come to one clear conclusion. Belgium look beatable. This result exposes the fine margins of tournament football in brutal clarity. One draw can snowball into elimination when the group tightens. One defensive lapse can define an entire campaign. Belgium's Golden Generation might be watching their final chance slip away in real time, and there is nothing romantic about it. It is just cold, harsh reality. Romelu Lukaku remains their most reliable weapon, the player who can change a game in seconds. But he cannot save them every time. He cannot fix the defensive fragility. He cannot solve the tactical naivety. And he cannot turn back the clock on a generation that is running out of time. The draw against Egypt was not a disaster, but it was not far off. Belgium escaped with a point, but the real test is coming. Brazil looms on the horizon, and Belgium's World Cup dream is already hanging by a thread. The Golden Generation's window is closing fast, and they just wasted a golden opportunity to control their own destiny. This is where tournaments are made, or broken, and Belgium just stumbled at the first hurdle. The question now is not whether they can recover, it is whether they have anything left to recover with.